Hi, YouTube and family. How are you today? I just came on today with some things that, sometimes I say things that make me go, And I'm sure you've seen on YouTube or the news or a number of things. There's been some hot topics, and I see some similarities with these people. I don't really want to be like a gossipy kind of person, though I am. Sometimes can like gossip, which is terrible, and it's kind of like all of us are like that. But I want to talk about things that just make us think and encourage and empower us to do better. So, there are three women in the news items today. Wendy Williams, it's a lot on the internet about her husband is cheating on her, and that he has, another woman, and he's dropped her off and they work out together, and he has a house with her. It's just a whole bunch. And I don't know if it's true or not really. But, and then there's a thing with Mary J. Blige, and that's past tense, and I am so proud of her for moving on and making music and making it work. But there is also another man there, her husband, that had an affair on her. And basically, it seems like the common thread that I see with this woman. And then I want to bring up also Jill Scott, who also recently got divorced, and, and it's a bitter thing between her and the husband, or the ex-husband, and he's saying nasty things about her and all that kind of thing. The thing that I see in the commonality of all of these relationships is that the woman seemed to be the major earner, the major one making the money in all three of these relationships. That seems to be the common thread. And when the chips fall down, or the relationship no longer works or functions well, and they are splitting their ways, then, these men become angry and, maybe say some things, or the woman says some things, but it all just doesn't kind of work together. And then I feel like as women, we are becoming very, very successful in the world today. We're making money, we're boss ladies, we're doing all kinds of things. I would caution women to really, really be very cautious about who you pick as a mate. Who you date and have fun with, and, go out with. Even in that stage, you kind of need to really watch who it is that you're keeping company with. And then sometimes I feel like women, we ignore those red flags when they flash in our face. And I feel like with these three women, and they are really representative. It doesn't matter how much money you have, what you have or don't have. We all can, I have myself, choose the wrong people. Because maybe out of need, we run into somebody, and maybe we're lonely. Maybe we get to that place where we feel like we're never going to find the right person, and so we settle. There are a number of reasons why you can choose the wrong mate. To fill an empty place in your life, because you get a little bit, I think sometimes women get desperate that they're not going to find the happiness and the mate of their dreams. I think we feed into the story time of, you're going to have this man, you're going to marry him, it's going to be wonderful, and everything is just going to work out perfectly. Though I believe that can happen, I think it happens with the right choice that you make as a woman for the right mate for you, and really vice versa for a man also to make the right choice. What I see in these three women is that they married men, and they were the major breadwinner in all of that. And I'm not saying, because I don't know them, what these men brought to the table, but I do feel like sometimes in love we just kind of go, I'm not even sure if you go with your heart, or are you going because you're lonely, because you want somebody, because you want somebody on your arm? Do we choose out of desperation? I'm asking that because I think sometimes as women we have it together. We have a successful career, da 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 da, and then we choose these men who maybe don't bring too much to the table. So here are some things that I feel is important for you to ask. And as I've grown through the years, these are questions that I've learned to ask myself about the person that I'm interested in. And I don't feel like you start asking these questions once you're in the relationship and you've been together for some years and then, you start asking these questions. You ask these questions during the development of these relationships, and there should be certain checkpoints in relationships where you kind of say, maybe you've dated for a few months, is this relationship viable? Is this a relationship that I want to continue and see how it grows and flourish? And maybe 6 months. You have to do checkpoints in relationships sometimes to see if they're viable, if they're good for both of you. Should we go further? Even if you don't ask the questions, which I see nothing wrong with asking these questions between yourselves in an open dialogue and communication, but at least ask yourself these questions. Like, what does this person bring to the table? Are they, if you are the person maybe that might be making the most money, and I don't feel like you should choose somebody just because of how much money they make or don't make. But if they don't have anything to offer financially to the table, I think that's at least a red or yellow flag, because they're going to be depending on your income. Think about that as the major bread source. Do they work? Will they work? Are they a hard worker? And do they come from a family of hard workers? Are you equally yoked? And, that's a biblical statement, but I think it's a viable question that people should ask. Where are you guys spiritually? Where are you financially? Equally yoked to me is all of this as a whole individual and as a whole person. Where is this person spiritually, financially, mentally, and physically? And are you okay with where they are? And I do feel that, it's nothing wrong with seeing people grow and encourage them to grow and to grow with the relationship. But sometimes we have to ask ourselves, is this person growing at all? Are they motivated? Do they want to do anything? What are their goals, their hopes and dreams? These are things that you have to ask as the relationship develops. And it is critical to me to have relationship checkpoints where you say, okay, we're at this stage. Even if you do this assessment yourself, where are we? And do I want to go further with this? Is this the man that I've been looking for, or have I settled? Sometimes I don't feel like we take the time to stop and to look and listen. What is he bringing to the table, And it doesn't always have to be financially what he's bringing to the table, though I think that's an important and realistic thing. What is he bringing to the table financially? Is he supportive? Is he genuine? Is he a good man? Is he motivating? Can he lead you? Is this a man that you would want to follow? Or is he dependent on you to make the moves? Those are important questions to ask. And I feel like as women, we're not always asking the critical questions. We're just going along, almost grateful that we have a relationship. And when you get in desperation mode to choose a mate, you won't choose a good mate. You're just, you're choosing out of desperation, which does not leave a fertile field, and you don't get what you deserve. You get someone that is less than what you as a woman deserve. And then finally, I like to say, you teach people how to treat you. And I know that other people have said that, but really it is true. You teach people how to treat you. You have to set the boundaries of what is acceptable and not acceptable for you. But you have to know yourself to even do that. You have to be secure and confident in who you are as a woman and what you bring to the table. you know, and you have to be confident in you before you can even define what are boundaries for you. Boundaries for me is that never let a man disrespect you. Always check a man if he's acting disrespectful. And if he's disrespected you one or two, or if he's disrespected you one time and you haven't checked him, you've opened the door for him to continue in that mode. So, you know, you have to set the boundaries. I don't like you talking to me like that, and that is not acceptable. And then if that's a boundary for you and you let him keep going past and you keep moving the boundary lines, not only him, but all people, they'll keep going as far as you will let them go. So it's always good, and it's a healthy thing to set healthy boundaries for you. Those are some of my thoughts today. What do you think? Leave a comment, subscribe, any of those. You know, what is my channel about? My channel is about encouraging and empowering women over 50, but I believe all women need to be encouraged and empowered. You know, I have done a lot in my life. I've had a lot, and sometimes I've lost some things. But this channel is about me growing as a person and encouraging and empowering others to do the same thing. It is a lifestyle channel, and it's about all in my life. You know, if I see some current events, I may speak on that. I like fashion. I like makeup. I like hair. I like all those things that are girly. And so sometimes I include those on my channel. But most important, I just want to encourage and empower not only women, but all people to be the best you that you can be. You know, you are a gift to the planet. God made you, put you on the earth realm, and wanted you to shine, you know? So we are all gifts to the planet. How are you using your gift and all the gifts? And not only are you personally a gift, but he put all these gifts inside of you to share in service to others. How are you using your gifts? Just a question and a thought. You be blessed today. You be powerful. You be powerfully you. You be beautiful, compassionate, good, kind, and be the best you can be. Have a blessed day. Bye-bye.